Hello there folks, I'm here in Washington DC and just wanted to do a quick video on these beautiful palms in Yucca here, which I've made several videos on in the past. You guys may know them, and this is just another example of the, it must be like 50 or more by this point, houses that I've come across in DC just by walking or driving past them that have palms in the front yard or in the yard somewhere that I've noticed. And maybe these people are palm nuts, maybe they're not, but it really does show that, while I wouldn't exactly call palms common here, at least, certainly not in the way they are in Virginia Beach, there's certainly in the landscape, more than just in palm nuts yards, like just a few people in the city. There's definitely quite a few that you'll see around, which is just awesome. I just love it. And there's a beautiful fig tree. It's a beautiful old old house here, an old bungalow type house, and gorgeous fig tree on the side there. I've got two in my backyard. They're great trees, but really great garden here. And I just forgot how big these things are. I mean, obviously they've certainly put out some growth since I last saw them, but my God, I mean, these fronds are insanely big. It almost makes you wonder if they're like Sabal, Louisiana or something. I don't know. I mean, I guess by this size, I would think they would start to maybe show a trunk if they're Sabal, Louisiana, which they're not really, but there's some in DC that are smaller that are already starting to show a trunk. But these fronds are just like gigantic size. I don't know if I've ever seen a Sabal miner with fronds this big in DC. I mean, there's so many in DC, but these are, some massive, massive fronds. I mean, look at the sizes. Let me get my hand next to this thing for scale. Look at the size of that. I mean, just even to the top of the palm, if I'm standing next to it, just to the top of those fronds, got to be well over 5 feet. Really, really beautiful. And just check this out. Another one here on the side. Really gorgeous. I wonder, I was wondering about their size, but yeah, they're just about the same size. But look at these fronds. Unreal. And you can see how while Sabal miner are not a Costa palmate palm, the leaves are slightly Costa palmate. They bend in a little bit, but with Sabal miner, with Sabal palmetto, the midrib, they're really bending all the way in. Where it's very prominent. But here, you can see that they a little bit, some of the leaves fold over here like this. Really beautiful. And you can see the amount of seed on these, just nuts. Look at these seed stalks. To the top of that, it's got to be well over like 8 feet at least, if not more. Look at that. So much seed on them. And, I love to collect some. I may collect some, but I just brought up a huge bag of seeds from Virginia Beach that I collected. So, I'm pretty full on seeds right now, which I'm happy to say, but tons of seeds, and looks like maybe even another stalk on the way here. There, I mean, just nuts, really nuts. And I remember seeing some seedlings in here, I believe, somewhere. Yeah, there we go. There's some Sabal miner seedlings you guys can see there, all over actually. Lots coming up. So that's what the seeds do. They will naturalize. Not like usually the Washington robusta are like some of the heaviest naturalizers, but Sabal miner do a pretty good job. I just love them. I mean, the first time I saw this, I just remember thinking just how it looked like something right out of the Amazon. Those classic palm fronds. It looks so beautiful, and I think it's something. Palms, especially like something like dwarf palmetto. It's a great example of a plant that I feel, that many people feel does a great job of standing out and showing that you can grow these incredible plants even in these colder climates. But I think it also blends in well with the landscape. I think it's a good accent plant and a good plant that sort of it can be part of the landscape. It goes well with some of the more temperate species, as well as like hydrangeas, other flowers. So I think it can be, it's very well incorporated into temperate landscapes as well. Some people think they look out of place here. I say if a palm could survive there, it's not out of place. I don't think it's out of place anywhere, but especially these, which can survive the winters here. They've certainly earned their place in the DC area. Bulletproof species here, and this is just an absolutely massive Sabal miner. The size of those fronds, I cannot tell you guys, so big. I can't believe it. Unreal. Look at this thing. Look at that. Really, really gorgeous. That is a huge Sabal miner, and I'm just loving it. And then, of course, I was spending so much time glossing over the Sabal miner, didn't even mention these beautiful Yucca rostrata here. These are, a pretty common species here in the DC area, which I love. I absolutely love them. I would love to get one. And they're very hardy. You see them up to southern New England. I have a video of huge, like 10, 15 foot specimen at least in Long Branch, New Jersey, just south of New York. So, they do very well all the way up there here in the DC area, completely bulletproof. They are, I believe, a true desert species from New Mexico, West Texas, that area. But you know, that doesn't stop them from growing in wet climates. They love it. And they're super tough, huge ones in DC. Absolutely love them. Yucca rostrata, and there's a second one you can barely see just sticking up over there, tucked in there. And as I mentioned, lots of Sabal minor seedlings around. Just beautiful, really beautiful. I just love this garden. You know, it's a great example. I think it goes great with the bungalow. The architecture goes well with these palms and yucca in the front yard, and I'm just so glad to see palms becoming more common. You know, I feel like it's amazing. You know, I always sometimes wish they were more common here in the DC area. You know, I wish they were common in nurseries here, because if these were common in nurseries here, I'm sure they'd be absolutely everywhere. But at the same time, it's kind of remarkable that so many people have gotten their hands on. It boggles me how, like, all these houses I've come across in DC, many of which surely aren't palm nuts, how they came across needle palms in nurseries when, you know, I can't even manage to find one, even though I finally found one at Punga Palms. But you know, it's just crazy to me, and really awesome that people have the dedication. You know, not that it takes much dedication. You know, it takes dedication, but not that it takes that much work to get them to grow here. They're easy growers, which I absolutely love. And then you can, you know, adjust the level varyingly, but really beautiful species. Just want to share that with you folks. Dwarf palmetto, Sabal minor, completely hardy here in zone 7, hardy throughout zone 6 too, pretty much. And Yucca rostrata, hardy to at least, I would say, you know, zone 6, into zone 5. You know, they're just a great species, and they go well together. It's a really cool mix. You know, we're in a temperate climate. You've got the desert species, you've got the subtropical species. Just love it. Take care, folks. Have a good one.